Sat Shri Akal, Namaste, hello, welcome all. Today I am here with a new topic, that is nutrition in plants. First of all, what is nutrition? Nutrition is a process of intake of nutrients and its utilization by an organism in various biological activities. न्यूट्रिशन एक प्रोसेस है जिसमें हम जो भी हमारी बॉडी को न्यूट्रिएंट्स चाहिए उन्हें बॉडी में लेते हैं, फिर उनसे एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस होती है जो कि हमारे बॉडी की वेरियस एक्टिविटीज़ में यूज़ होती है. नाउ कम्स व्हाट इज़ न्यूट्रिएंट्स. न्यूट्रिएंट्स आर इनऑर्गेनिक और ऑर्गेनिक सब्सटेंसेस which organism obtained from surroundings in order to synthesize their body constituents and use them as a source of energy. Nutrients वो substances हैं जो एक organism obtain करता है अपनी surrounding से, then it uses in the synthesis of its body constituents and use them as a source of energy for various biological activities. Nutrients are of two types, inorganic nutrients and organic nutrients. Inorganic nutrients, these are carbon dioxide, water, minerals, which plants require to synthesize organic compounds. Inorganic compounds are present, those inorganic compounds which are present in soil are called as mineral elements. Now organic compounds, organic are just like carbohydrates, fats, protein, vitamins, which we obtain from plants, and animals also obtained from plants. These organic compounds are pre-synthesized, whereas inorganic compounds are present as such in our atmosphere or soil. Now modes of nutrition. There are two modes of nutrition, autotrophic and heterotrophic. Autotrophic means it is found from two words, that is auto, which means self, and troph, which means nutrition. Self nutrition means it is a kind of nutrition in which organisms synthesize its own organic food by utilizing inorganic raw materials. The organism which perform this type of nutrition are called as autotrophs. These are examples: green plants, cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria is also known as green alga. Heterotrophic nutrition. Hetero means different or other, whereas troph means nutrition. Heterotrophic, it is a kind of nutrition in which organism do not synthesize its food. Instead, he gets his energy from the food which he derives from the autotrophs. Here, the organisms are called as heterotrophs. Example: animals, humans, parasites, fungus, etc. Now we are with the main topic, that is autotrophic nutrition in green plants. The way by which plants synthesize their own food is known as photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is found from two words, first photo and then synthesis. Photo means light, synthesis means formation. It is a whole process in which light is needed for the formation of food. And photosynthesis can be defined as conversion of light energy into chemical energy, that is mainly we can say these carbohydrates, by green parts of plants. The reaction of photosynthesis is 6CO2 plus 12H2O in the presence of light and chlorophyll. It forms glucose molecule C6H12O6 plus 6 molecules of water plus 6 molecules of oxygen. Chlorophyll. What is chlorophyll? Chlorophyll is a green color pigment. And what are pigments? Pigments are organic substances which absorb visible light. Now we are with the structure of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the site of photosynthesis, and chlorophyll is present in the cells called chloroplast cells. And these chloroplast cells are mesophyll cells. These mesophyll cells are of two types, spongy cells and palisade cells. These cells are also called as chlorenchymatous because they possesses a large amount of chloroplast, and chloroplast has chlorophyll. This is the whole structure of chloroplast. Here we have outer membrane, inner membrane. These are grana, or singularly these are called as thylakoids. This whole structure is grana and the singular part of these are called as thylakoids. This is starch grain. The storage of carbohydrates are present as starch grains, and the liquid part is stroma. Granum, again photosynthesis is divided into two phases, that is light phase and dark phase. Light phase occurs in granum part, whereas dark phase of photosynthesis occurs in stroma part. Raw materials of photosynthesis. In terrestrial plants, in all plants we have two raw materials, carbon dioxide and water. Carbon dioxide in terrestrial plants, carbon dioxide is taken through leaf by stomata. Water is absorbed from soil. This is the structure of stomata. Here, this is a closed stomata where guard cells are shrinked and the pore is closed. But when these guard cells swells up, the pore opens and from here exchange of gases takes place. These are the epidermal cells which aids in shrinkage and swelling up of stomata. But in aquatic plants there is no need of stomata. There is abundant amount of water, and in water there is abundant amount of carbon dioxide, so they do not need stomata, and the absorption occurs by general surface of water. Water oxidized by light, also called as photolysis of water. This water then releases electrons and protons, which by electron transport chain releases energy and also oxygen molecule releases. This oxygen molecule is again released into atmosphere, and the electrons and protons are used in further processes. Next we have mechanism of photosynthesis. As earlier said, photosynthesis is divided into light reaction and dark reaction. The steps in light reaction are photolysis of water, that water molecule with light is broken down into hydrogen, that is protons and electrons, and oxygen molecule. Then evolution of molecular oxygen. When photolysis of water occurs, there is evolution of oxygen. Then we have synthesis of assimilatory power. These electrons and protons with the help of ETC produce NADPH and ATP, and these NADPH and ATP is further used in the process of dark reaction. The light reaction occurs in granum of chloroplast. Dark reaction. Here NADP and ATP is used. Carbon dioxide is also utilized. It is a cyclic process. Here a cyclic process occurs called as Calvin cycle because it is discovered by Calvin. Here a lot of enzymes are used, and these enzymes are occur in stroma part of chloroplast. The dark reaction occurs in stroma part, whereas light reaction occurs in granum part. This is the whole reaction of photosynthesis. 6 molecules of carbon dioxide plus 6 molecules of ribulose biphosphate plus 18 molecules of ATP plus 12 molecules of NADPH. Whenever energy released means NADPH and ATP molecules are here used, and these are converted into glucose molecule. 6 ribulose biphosphate is present as it is. Then 18 ADP from 1 ATP has been freed out because its energy is used in the formation of glucose formation, and 12 NADPH. Next, when glucose forms, it is water soluble and it is metabolized to release energy. The excess glucose is stored in the form of starch. Same like as in animals, the excess carbohydrate is converted into glycogen and it is stored in liver. In plants, it is stored in the form of starch. Here, nitrogen is also needed in plants. It is absorbed as nitrates or nitrites. It is used in the synthesis of proteins and amino acids. These forms the genetic structure of any plant. This is a diagrammatic representation. Here in grana part, light drops on particles. Here photolysis of water occur. Water converts into oxygen and the electron transported through ETC. From ETC there occurs formation of NADPH and ATP, and this ATP is again used in Calvin cycle. Here carbon dioxide is used and hexose or glucose is released. Excess glucose is stored in the form of starch. Now there are factors which affect photosynthesis. These are light, temperature, carbon dioxide and water. These are the factors by which photosynthesis is affected. We know only 2% of light which falls on earth is used by plants. If there is increase in light, there is increase in photosynthesis, but up to a certain limit. In case of temperature, if we increase temperature up to 40 degrees Celsius, there is increase in photosynthesis. But if temperature is again raised above 40 degrees Celsius, then the enzymes which are present in plant are denatured, and so no reaction proceeds and there is no photosynthesis. Instead the plant will die. In carbon dioxide increase in photosynthesis, but very high concentration is toxic to plants. Water, as we all know, in inadequate supply of water there is no proper growth of plant. So inadequate supply leads to no proper reactions and there is no proper photosynthesis and there is no proper growth of plant. That is all about nutrition in plants. we will do heterotrophic nutrition in next video. Thank you. If you have any doubt, you can ask.